Greetings. So in today's members only exclusive YouTube video, we're going to talk about the equipment that you already are, the equipment of manifesting. Your body and your mind is literally manifesting equipment. I'm serious. So we're going to talk about that today. And how that system works, how the machinery works, right? So this is going to be different from the usual kind of YouTube video that you get where it's, here's the signs that something is going to happen for you, and that's all good, but this is the good stuff, guys. This is the science of manifesting. So let's talk about what that is. What are you, right? How is it, Kurt, that I am manifesting equipment? Now, some of you may have seen this little diagram of mine on other YouTube videos. Maybe you signed up for one of my coaching programs and this looks familiar to you. So this is my cute little diagram that I drew. And I kind of just downloaded most of this off of Shutterstock, but it gets the job done. It gets the point across. So what do we got going on here? Well, we got body, mind, and soul. So physical body, right? We're pretty clear about what that is. We'll talk a little bit about that in this video today, how your physical body is manifesting equipment. The mind, we're going to talk about the mind, what that is, all the different moving parts, right? And of course, the soul, which is what this little cloud is. This is your soul up in heaven, or as I like to call it, the energy part of the universe. Because scientists, they've pretty well established that the majority of the mass of our universe is energy, and it's this strange ether. They used to call it ether back in the 19th century. Well, you're not allowed to call it that anymore. In the science world, they would prefer it if you would use the word the field, right? Gregg Braden here. This is a great book. If you can pick it up, I'm going to reference something that I saw him talking about in this book. He calls it the divine matrix. So the field, the ether, the divine matrix, the energy part of the universe, dark energy, the quantum field, the vacuum, the fabric of space, all different words talking about the same thing. Now, it is the vacuum of space. And it appears to us as a vacuum, to us, we mortal humans, we are mortal, and it appears as a vacuum. But what's really going on is it is a matrix of energy. And again, even science is saying this. Albert Einstein is the one who proved that gravity is the bending of this empty space around an object. Very interesting. So there's something there. And what you're doing with your manifesting equipment is you're manipulating that energy field, right? Your body and your mind are plugged directly into that matrix. Now, we're going to talk more about that matrix in a future video. I just wanted to give you kind of a high-level, quick little overview of what that is. It's the mental universe. You could call it the mind of God, the field, the ether, the fabric of space, the divine matrix, etc. Your body and your mind are plugged directly into that. It's just like your internet modem, or like if you have cable television, like the little cable box, you plug it into the wall. Well, the plug in the wall is your internet service provider. That's a big network. It's a big matrix, right? So that's my analogy. So your body and your mind are like the internet router or the cable box, and they're plugged directly into that network. So let's start with the physical body. Now, this book here, The Divine Matrix, I got to meet Gregg Braden not that long ago here. Here he signed the book for me. It was very nice of him. I got to meet him. at this Science of Resilience conference. So it was Greg Braden, Bruce Lipton, and Bruce really did a great job of talking about the physical body. But something that Greg mentioned in this book, The Divine Matrix, that I thought was very interesting was the water. The experiments they've done. Scientists have done experiments on water where they tried to store information inside a drop of water using some kind of electronics and computers, and they would impregnate the water with data, with information. And what was strange to them, to the scientists, was they were able to put so much more information into that single drop of water than should have been possible. So in other words, the water is not physically capable of holding that much information. It was so much more information than you can possibly imagine. You know, like an encyclopedia or something like that, worth of information in one drop of water? How's that possible? And so the scientists concluded that the information must be going somewhere, okay? And they could tell that the information was stored in the water because they were able to draw the information back out of it. So the scientists concluded that the water itself is simply a pass-through entity. It's a lens or a portal, if you will, the water. And this, most of you, all of you watching are spiritual people. This makes a lot of sense to me, and I think this will make a lot of sense to you too. Water is a crystal, guys. What happens when you freeze water? When you have solid water and it's ice, water expands. And if you look at it under a microscope, it's crystalline. That's why you have, for example, a snowflake. It's frozen water. It's a crystal water, okay? So think of spiritual people, myself included. We have crystals, not all of us, many of us. I enjoy crystals, and I've never really been able to figure out if it's really true whether or not crystals do all those things that people say they do. I wouldn't doubt it. I don't know how you would prove any of that. I think there would need to be more testing, but it's possible. Crystals, you know, crystals are known for being able to have control over energy. They can do that. They can manipulate energy. A prism is an example. A prism is an extremely basic crystal. It's like a single node crystal, basically, if you have a prism, right? And it's usually just glass, but it's the shape of the glass that gives it a crystal-like property. That's why a prism splits light into its respective 7 base colors, because it's mimicking a crystal. The prism is. So water is no different. Water is a crystal. Now, you are made out of water. Remember that from biology class, right? What did they tell us? Well, your body is, and I don't remember the exact number, don't quote me on this, but it's very high. It's something like 70 to 80% of your body is made out of water. You know, you can hop on the internet and check on that, but it's a lot. It's very high. It's like between 70 and 90% of your body is made out of water. Very, very interesting. Okay. So what appears to be going on, and this is what I heard Bruce Lipton talking about when I went to this conference. This was back in January of 2019. I got to meet Bruce Lipton too. What I heard them saying is that there are physical synapses in your body, in your brain. There's these kind of nerve endings that you can rework. Dr. Joe Dispenza, he's really good at teaching you how to do that. But basically, the physical synapses in your body are like little radio transmitter receivers, okay? These little nerve endings in your body. And there's different types of physical components in your body that do that. But the water is the medium that allows that information to pass in and out of your body, okay? So think of like cloud storage, right? Like you got email, you've got cloud storage on your computer, right? You know, cloud storage, right? Okay, so in order for the files, say you have like a Word file or an Excel file or some pictures or whatever, and you want to store them on the cloud, well, what's really going on is somewhere between your computer and the cloud, and I think it's a little bit your computer, and then there's like an intermediary, like an internet server that your computer is connected to, right? Like a cloud server. It's not a cloud server, it's a cloud recall system, right? It's a computer. There are cookies stored on your computer or this intermediary computer that your computer is connected to. Now that it's either your computer or the intermediary computer, their job is to find your original pictures or documents on the cloud. So think of your physical body like your computer or the intermediary computer. And your aura, the aura around your body, it's metaphysical, right? The aura is like the cloud, the computer cloud. So just to be clear, so in case I've confused you, your body has little biological mechanisms, little synapses, little nerve endings, and those nerve endings and synapses use the water in your body as a kind of radio transmitter to connect to the cloud of your aura. Your aura, the aura around your body. You know, there's people that can see auras and they can see energy flowing between people, right? Have you ever heard of that? Somebody that can see an aura? Well, what they're looking at literally is your mind. All of the memories and thoughts and emotions and everything that you, like your memories, you know how you can remember things, right? That's where that information is stored. It's stored in that metaphysical cloud. They call it an aura. And just like your desktop or your laptop computer system, there are also components on your computer called cookies that point the computer at the file in the internet storage cloud, you know, Google or Microsoft Cloud, for example, right? Those are kind of the two popular name brands. So it works exactly the same way computer cloud storage works. There's a cookie on your computer. That's like the synapses. There's the computer itself. That's the water. And then there's the information stored on the cloud. Well, that's like the aura of your body, okay? And the cloud, the aura of information, your memories, all of your thoughts and memories and emotions, all of the memories that you can recall in your mind are all stored there on the mental plane. So do you remember earlier in the video where I was talking about the field, the vacuum of space, right? It's that same exact metaphysical dimension. It's metaphysical. It's so tenuous, metaphysical energy that from our point of view as a 3D mortal person who is living in density, metaphysical energy has no intrinsic mass. It's basically just emptiness. But at the same time, it's like there's something there. There's some kind of energy there, just like gravity. Again, remember, the way that empty space works is it's like you can bend it. And you do. That's what they call gravity. It's the bending of empty space around a planet or a star, for example, right? That's how gravity works. So from our perspective, again, as a dense person, as a mortal person in 3D density, there's nothing there. It's empty. It's empty space, but you're bending it. Well, that tells us that there is something there. There is some kind of tenuous field. And scientists have even begun to confirm that. We're going to talk about that in next week's video when we talk about the field. So, but what I'm showing you today is that your mind is actually where that internet connection is. So do you remember earlier when I said your body and your mind are like your internet modem or a cable box, and it's plugged into the network? Well, where that plug-in takes place is your aura, which is where all of your memories and emotions are stored. You feel them in your body because your body is the physical component of that system. You feel emotions and memories because of that connection in your physical body. But the connection to the mental plane of the universe, the infinite field of potential, the divine matrix, right? That connection point is your aura, right? Because your aura is metaphysical and the divine matrix is metaphysical. That's how they are connected. So I hope that all kind of makes sense, how all of these moving parts fit together into this system. So that's the equipment of manifesting. Your body and your mind are literally manifesting equipment, and you are plugged directly in to the infinite field of potential, the divine matrix, the mental universe, if you will. And I think from our perspective, you might call that the spiritual plane. You can call it the field. You can call it anything you like. It's all the same. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this video informative. I will see you next week.